Shesjazzology.
What's up, everybody? This is your girls, Carice
And Crystal.
a.k.a. Millen Twins. So,
right now,
you guys are tuning in to the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com. It's Friday, y'all. We made it. We pray that you all had an amazing week. We pray that you were also able to accomplish some of your goals, if not all of them, but don't worry about it. If you haven't done so, continue to do it. Keep going and don't stop, because remember, only you can stop you.
And thoughts
become things.
If you didn't know that, we sell the hoodies, the sweaters, the t-shirts, the bags, all the above. Anywho, so how you feeling, girl?
I'm doing amazing. It's Friday.
It is. Yesterday, felt amazing.
I know. It's crazy because everybody was saying how wonderful it felt outside. But of course, by the time I went outside, the wind was very disrespectful. and I almost got blown away and across the street. The cars had to stop. Like, wait, y'all just said it was 61. When I walked out from work, it was 31. Well, you know what? I need to find another job because I'm missing all the good things. The weather. I said, oh, the sun's shining.
It was nice.
Girl, it was
nice. People took the jackets off.
Yeah,
but it was preparing for today's weather of 40.
I had to let people know, this is Chicago. This is pneumonia weather. Because tomorrow's going to be -0.
It is what it is. It's Chicago.
It's Chicago.
That's
we
why
enjoy
we love it, right?
Yes.
So what do we have coming up?
We have the 2019 Millen Twins Educators Award coming up June 22nd, 2019, of course, like I said, at the Connection, which is located 4321 South Cottage Grove from 6 to 9 p.m. And we are
awarding
20 individuals in the education
field from Chicago, Alabama, and Milwaukee. So we're going to list these people because these people are amazing.
They are amazing.
So as you're listening, as you're watching, make sure you guys share the video. So we have Kimberly Hollingsworth.
We have Randy Drew.
We have Ada Flores.
We have Jarquetta Easton.
We have
sorry,
always messing people's name up. We have Jay Harris.
Danielle Jordan.
We have Akaya Palmer.
Lawrence Smith.
Irvis Adams.
Tara McDonald.
We have LaShawn Jackson.
Tony Robinson.
Deonka Hart.
Andrea English.
Tanita Berry.
Barbara Mosley.
Cheryl Lamb.
Alexis Chavers.
We have Zakia Gatson.
And Erica Kennard.
So you guys, we have 20 individuals that are getting amazing awards. We got the awards. They heavy and nice. It's
they're really Oscar nice. Style, I wanted to keep it. I'm like, maybe I should put this in my window. I need to give myself an award.
I know, right? So we want to shout out to everyone who is buying their tickets. The tickets are selling. Remember, we only got limited spots, so it's about 100. It's not a lot left, but get your tickets. Once the tickets are sold, they are sold.
So shout out to our host, which will be Kenneth Sean Daly. He'll be hosting our DJ Flo. Interviewing on the red carpet will be Shesjazzology. You all know how she is, and of course our production team, one of the #1 in Chicago. One Eye, One Vision.
One Vision. So you guys don't want to miss it. It's a red carpet event, cocktail style. So come dressed and impressed. Get ready. Let's go have fun. Let's have fun. There you go. And celebrate our educators.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are you wearing on your lips?
I am wearing, if you didn't know, we are the face of Roxy Gal lip line from Atlanta, Miss Amari Grant. And if you all want some bright, vibrant colors, red, pink, green, blue, however you're feeling, go ahead and go to www.roxygal.com. You won't be disappointed. Oh, they have news too for our, plain Mary Janes. I have to force her to wear color on her lips sometimes.
It's okay. I've been wearing red.
You've been doing it.
Killing red.
You've been doing it. The older we get, the more bold you're becoming.
Hey,
come on, look at that.
I'm about to be 36.
No.
And I
26. Well, we can't be twins if you're about to be 36 because I'm about to be 26. Something is wrong.
Aging backwards.
I'm aging backwards.
Come
on. Because if I still get carded, I might as well say I'm 26. I got to pull out. My friend didn't have to pull up her ID. Why I got to pull? Please pull out your ID. You right. You 30. I am.
See, we used to get upset. Now we take it as a compliment. So when somebody asks you for your ID in their card, you pull it out with grace. Just here you go. Because apparently you don't look the number that you are.
Yes.
So we have trending topics coming up with Miss Shesjazzology. So we're going to take a 2-second music break. Just 2 seconds. So
right in.
As you're watching, share the video, like the video, and here comes Shesjazzology.
What's up, everybody. This is your girls, Carice
and Crystal,
aka Millen Twins. So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning in to the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com. So it's time for trending topics.
That echo was good today.
She act like
it sounded good today. I was on it.
That's her only freestyle.
She's giving me my intro.
Yes. So if you're just tuning in, we are ready for trending topics from Shesjazzology.
Yes.
How you doing, girl?
What's up, y'all? It's Friday.
It's Friday. You got your braids ready.
Yeah, I'm trying to flip them out the way.
Good. Like 19 inches.
Becky.
Yeah, it's about 18.
Okay.
Maybe
Nice.
19, maybe
That's
20.
cute.
I ain't who's counting anyway.
Shout out to your braider.
Shout out to my brother. Yo, Tiffany, what's up, baby?
So what's going on in the world? What's some hot trending topics? Because we be late.
It was. You really are. Late.
Yeah.
Besides the mess that's going on within Shade Room aspect, we're not gonna touch on too much of that. We all know what took place on last week with our boy R. Kelly, Chicago's very own. We won't touch on that.
Next.
We won't. But I will say. We do it, but no, I'm not gonna touch on that. But I do want to. Can I please serenade on last week?
Yes,
definitely.
I want to thank y'all for even inviting me on last week, yo. That was really, it was a dope experience.
Show, right?
It was.
That was really dope. I hope y'all enjoy. Give us some hearts. Give us some love. Show us some love if you enjoyed
we had
that.
So many people who still reaches out and like, are you guys gonna do this every month? And I'm like, yes, once a month. Like they were like, this touched me. I needed this. So to see that you're obedient in what you're supposed in your vision. It's like, wow, I'm doing it.
Touching
Keep
the people.
going. But you guys, we thank you and Amanda Burrell
for sharing your gift.
Jay Harris for sharing your gift and just flowing and just allowing it to be, bring peace to the listeners.
And with that, it was a lot of fun too.
It was
fun. Deep. But at the same time, it touched. It was touching my heart. Like, ooh.
When we didn't even know, what we were going to say. Yeah, we didn't know what you guys going to say. So this was all off the dome. This is all off the dome. And then on top of that, I've never met Jay Harris before. And Amanda, of course, I know her in the personal aspect, but in that spiritual realm, or I've never known. So it was when you're able to connect with somebody like that, that's when you know, like, there's literally a flow that's going, and God is literally going to be able to move because people are actually truly connected. Divine connection. So I'm excited about that. But I really wanted to tell you guys, thank you guys for inviting me with that, because why I said, like, can we reconnect with that, is because it's some people that are not able to listen to certain music at the time they're in a hard time. And I love the fact that you guys gave us access to be able to not just go with gospel music, but you guys say, and it doesn't have to be Jesus, because to be honest, music doesn't have to have Jesus in it just for it to be a Christian song, so for us to be able to be wide range with that, it was really good, because I remember, not a testimony, but I remember when, I was going through some crazy things in my mind, and I needed the Lord to save my head. I couldn't listen to gospel. I couldn't listen to Break Every Chains. It wasn't, I just couldn't be able to utilize that. So it came a time where I started listening to inspirational music. And for some reason, it gave me a fresher feeling, because I kept hearing the Lord say, it's a new sound. It's a new sound. It's a new sound. So I was able to shift my sound as far as like listening to inspirational music and not just Tasha Cobbs and all types of different, I feel like they were depressing.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, because I went through the same thing. Like when I listen to the traditional gospel, I'll be crying. Like and then when I'm done crying, I still don't feel good. Right. And then I have to change the music. I'm like, okay, it motivated me. It pushed me, like, okay, it might be crazy now, but it's not gonna always be that way
at all.
So it's like, it's okay to change up the music.
Yes, it's okay. There's clean music out there for you guys. I don't want church people to just think that, and I really think that church people feel, I'm gonna say church folk. If anybody follow me on Facebook, I said, do not refer to me as a church folk. I ain't no church folk. I am a Black woman that just enjoy going to hear the word of the Lord. Okay, but you will not refer to me as church folk. I feel like the church folk contaminated gospel music to make it seem like that's the only music and that's the only way and that's what you should listen to. No, God gave the gift of music. I'm not finna preach to y'all. He gave the gift. I'm here for the trending topics. He gave the gift of music. It was the enemy that contaminated the music.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why we wanted it to be, when we brought you guys and we said it doesn't have to be gospel. We want it to be organic, because whatever you feeling when we say the word depression or when we say the word love, whatever you're feeling in your mind, because you guys are all creatives, you guys are all singers. So you do this, you know what I'm saying? And we wanted to show the world, when you're going through depression, when you're going through things like that, you may be able to connect to someone who is singing. Because sometimes you get tired of hearing people talk, you know, and you just want somebody just to sing, you know. So instead of like, man, I need to find a song that's encouraged me. No, let's see what's the first thing that comes to your mind. So now you might have people who are singing the songs that you guys were singing yesterday. You know,
and it's replaying in their head.
Exactly.
So that brings me to my topic. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we're
listening. For what you looking at me like
I'm
that
listening. You know, you so.
No, seriously. What you say? Say
my name again. Shesjazzology.
That's it. That brings me to my topic: social media and the contamination that it brings to the world. When we just talked about music, but contamination and the bullying that goes on social media, that is what's contaminating the millennials in this generation now.
It is.
Literally. People don't understand. We can't do nothing. We on Facebook. What she say? What he say? Who he did? Did they like my pictures? The things that okay, I see the love. The things that people are so concerned with. Social media is like a stage for everybody, and you can be whoever you want to be, but you let that image that you carry on social media contaminate you. When people meet me in person, I done met people that follow me on social media not say anything to me when they see me, and I'm like, I know you, and they like, huh? You know me? Yeah, we follow each other. Why would I not greet you? Like, when you see me, say hi. I'm actually a really nice dope check. And if you're a fine brother that I did double tap your pictures, definitely definitely slide over and say hi. But the contamination, how do y'all feel that the world today, and not just our young folk, because the older folk getting worse than the young folk. Yeah. I mean, people express themselves on social media. They put all their business on social media, and then you wonder why you're depressed, you're down, and you have so much grief, and you just feel so bad and nasty about yourself. You need to fast. That's really what you need to do. But how do y'all feel about that?
But for people who don't understand the fasting, who's not on that level, this is why. No, and you're right. This is why Carice and I wrote our books. There's power in your I am and thoughts become things, because we were those girls who looked for validation and affirmation from social media and people, and doing that and focusing so much on who's liking our pages, who's saying this about us and who's saying this about us. It shifted us from being able to focus on the purpose that we had on our life. So Carice and I decided, okay, we're going to have the fast, and meaning fasted from, we didn't have to do food. Carice and I like to eat, so it's hard for us to do food sometimes, but we did fast from social media because our focus was so much on who's doing this. Oh, we should do it like this and we should do it like that, when it was redirecting us from where we were supposed to go. So once we fasted from social media, bam, this book was done in 2 weeks. Bam, this business got established within a week. You know what I'm saying? So things began to flow when you stop focusing on who likes you and why they like you and why they shouldn't. We have to, especially like you said, the millennials now, everyone is unique in their own way. Everyone has their own goals. Everyone has their own dreams. We have to stop comparing ourselves to other people, because your dream is not going to be like someone else's dream. We were all born to have a purpose, but you have to learn that your purpose. Carice and I are twins, but our purpose is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So when you guys see quotes and things like that, that's Crystal, who's evangelizing through words, because this is what I'm giving and this is what I feel in my soul. This Carice, what you got, girl? You Carice do a lot.
Did she not?
No, I did. No, I'm joking. But no, just showing you how we're identical twins, but we have two separate purposes. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And then I think a lot of people have to learn to find their own identity, because a lot of people look for social media just to be, oh, okay, this and that and that. And then if somebody says something negative about them, then they take it to heart. Then they just get depressed. No, once you get to the point where you could care less what people have to say about you, baby, you could talk all day, turn people against me. At the end of the day, you're not making me. You can't break me. You're not paying my bills. You're not feeding me or my son. I'm going to keep it moving. And I must be doing something right because I'm elevated.
Right.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, the shade that was thrown. I honestly, can I say my piece? Okay, I got 2 minutes. I honestly feel that when people have social medias, what are you really using your platform for?
Because if I didn't have my business, I wouldn't even be on social media.
I don't know what I would be doing. I probably would be posting twerking videos, but I don't even twerk. I'm just saying. I just want
The things she
y'all just said
in her other life.
I'm right in my other life. In my life before I tried. Live for the Holy Ghost. Okay, no, seriously, like, what do you use your platform for? And you people that do have businesses and stuff like that, please, if you're gonna post your love life and your family and your kids and all that stuff like that, there should be two separate things that you are having. You know what I'm saying? Because people are visualizing your brand and what you do and how the people are recepting you. So you want to know why you're depressed and you have anxiety and all that other stuff? Sometimes 9 times out of 10, 100 out of 10, it's social media. Okay? Yeah. Topics with Jazzology. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week.
You know what?
I'm just playing.
All right. That's Trending Topics with Shesjazzology. When we come back, we have a very special guest, Miss Elizabeth Jetter. Yes. If you didn't know who this, if you didn't pay attention to our flyer, she is the creator of Blue Vodka.
Come on now.
Blue Vodka.
She's a boss. We got a boss in the studio,
in the building.
A black female.
So you guys, exactly. So make sure you guys share this video, like this video. It's Women's Month. You got it right, girl. So you guys make sure you share the video, like the video. When we come back, we have a 2-second music break. We're gonna have Miss Elizabeth Jetter in the building.
Yeah. Share this video.
I think you are the one. I think you are the one for me. Here's where you ought to be. Here's where you ought to be. I just want to satisfy you. You're not mine, can't deny it. No, you hear me talking, babe. Love me now or I'll go crazy. Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Sweet thing. Don't you know you're
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Scream.
And Crystal.
AKA
Millen Twins.
So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning in to the
Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com. We have Elizabeth Jetter in the building. She flew all the way to LA to be with us today. How you feeling?
I am feeling wonderful.
Awesome. We're so excited to finally meet you. When LP told us about it, we was like, yes, please, let's have her on the show. We would love to have her on the show. So we thank you so much for finding LA to be here with us. Yeah, we're in LA today. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We play a game called 2020 as an icebreaker. So we're going to ask you 20 random fun questions. And you have 5 seconds to answer these questions. If you don't answer within these 5 seconds, you will hear this sound. You'll hear buzzer. But it's fun questions. Okay. You know, just fun questions. Only 20.
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure. All right.
Okay. All right. Move your mic closer. Okay. You ready?
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Go ahead. All right. Let's go. What do you find yourself doing a lot these days?
Praying.
What food do you crave most often?
Right now, cobbler.
Oh.
I'm not eating it, but I'm craving it.
I wish I could. Yeah, let me stop. Okay. I could just crave and I get it. Okay. What's the one thing you can never live without?
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. We'll come back to it. We'll come back
to it.
Okay. What single appliance can you not live without?
The washing machine and dryer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Badass woman.
All right. It's Women's Month. If you didn't know. Right? If you didn't know. If you could have a never-ending candle that smelled like anything you wanted, what fragrance would you want it to be?
It would be citrus.
Oh, I love citrus. Yeah.
Very crisp.
Mm-hmm. Who do you look up to the most?
Wow, there are so many women. Here's the thing. I can't say that there's one person. So like even with meeting you all, now it's like now you're on my list. So it's people who are doing, and living out their dreams and their goals. So for me, that gives me energy. And in connecting with those folks, it's like, okay, well, how can I help? Yeah. So
I love you already.
Me. Yeah.
All right. So next question. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Rewind, press play.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. When do you feel the most beautiful?
When I have taken care of myself. So some self-care. If that's going to the spa,
Pamper,
if it's a bath, if it's whatever it is that gets me to the basis of me.
Mm-hmm.
So and it could be even Bikram yoga, and that's some really serious stuff.
I'm gonna make it off the floor. You know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep right here.
Right now.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping surrounded by beautiful scenery?
Mm-hmm. I both.
Both. Okay.
It depends on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rich friend or loyal friend?
Rich friend or loyal friend? Loyalty is such a rarity. That's who I'd want in my life. And if they have money, that's great too.
Okay. I know that's right. It's a plus. It's a plus. Get your friends. Get your friends.
Absolutely.
Okay. Eyelashes or eyebrows?
Lashes.
Most important in a partner, intelligent or funny?
Intelligent.
Would you rather be locked in an amusement park or a library?
Library.
Money or free time?
Woo. So I'm working to build legacy, which is all about money, which means I don't have a lot of free time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm valuing that every moment right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Would you wait? Nope, that's the wrong question. Hold on.
Crystal do it all the time.
I do it all the time.
Okay.
Do you think the world would be a better or worse place if everyone suddenly could read each other's thoughts? Do you think it will be a better place or a worse place?
Worse.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Most people aren't mature enough to deal with their own thoughts, let alone taking a peek into somebody else's.
That was deep. That's a Monday quote.
Yeah.
Phone call or text?
I am really on the phone call thing, but nowadays my time, it's kind of I'm getting to this text. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm like, what's happening?
I text so much sometimes on paper. I'm like shorthanded. I'm like, wait, let me erase the whole sentence. Okay, what job would you absolutely be terrible at?
I once wanted to be an attorney, and I think that would be what I would be absolutely terrible at. Although my husband says I'm always lawyering anyway. So
you're always ready.
Yeah.
So last question.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Can you make any prediction about anything exactly 1 year from now?
Exactly 1 year from now. Exactly 1 year from now, I will have helped at least 10 people level up, like by several levels to get where they want to go in business.
Wow. 1, 2. You need 8 more.
Okay.
Come on, speak that to existence.
So we have the amazing Elizabeth Jeter. If you guys are watching, make sure you are sharing this video. You are the creator of Blue Vodka. If you guys don't see, these are the beautiful bottles. Amazing bottles.
Wait to taste.
Yes, and I'm going to read just a little bit of her bio because I want her to be able to tell her story. But they are she's a distillery, the first minority-owned and female-run distillery in the history of the nation.
Come on.
What way to celebrate women's
You need
month.
an assistant.
Yes.
I'm just saying. So how did Blue Vodka come about?
So my husband and I had, been in the corporate arena and traveling from here to there. The last 2 stints, we were in Texas. And then before coming back to the Midwest, we'd spent 7 years in California. On our way back, I asked the question, are we going to work for other people for the rest of our lives, or are we going to build legacy?
Mm-hmm.
So, the kinds of hours that we put in, the blood, sweat, and tears, all of those things. And yeah, you're making a lot of money, but in the end, are you really building anything that is going to be generational wealth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for us, I pose the question, my husband's more risk averse than I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, let's do it.
Right.
Okay. And he's like, how much is it going to cost?
Exactly.
Whoa, Nelly. Okay. So anyway, he was actually on board. Here's the interesting thing that had just happened in my life. So I had just graduated from Pepperdine with my master's in organization development, and Lambert Publishing had pulled my thesis and turned it into a book. I haven't done anything with it. I know. And so anyway, but I need to Stephen Covey it, that kind of thing. And then I was also working with a startup accelerator, and I was working on my own wearable technology at the time. So anyway, and we were working on what is kind of like a Dave & Buster's on steroids with outside activities. So lots of things in the air. We're looking at these things because we've asked the question, are we going to be on legacy? Or are we going to be about somebody else's business? And one of our mentors, we were tabling some things. One of our mentors introduced us to Dr. Tony Vandenbush. And Tony was working on a cure treatment for breast cancer. So you had me at a cure treatment for breast cancer, right? So anyway, he presented us with with the infusions. What he first presented us with, they were whiskey flavored, whiskey infused, I should say. One was cherry, one was honey. Both of them were delicious. But I said, so what's going to differentiate us? Because the big boys are already doing this. And as you all know, it's all about branding. It's all about being able to pull an audience to you. So with the wild blueberry, it was like there was nothing else like it on the market. It was absolutely delicious. When my husband and I tasted it, we both were like, this is it. And thus, Blue was born.
Wow.
Yeah. So go on.
Well, no, you finish it. Then I'll ask the next question because you was about to say something else, right? No. Okay. So when you thought, you said you are a risk taker and stuff, but when you thought about, leaving the corporate world, because a lot of us, that's a fear, because we're like, okay, well, I probably won't make it, especially if you got kids. And what was the real motivation behind it, as far as I know, your husband, let's go, let's get it. Were you all afraid that it wouldn't work? What made you just keep going?
Yeah. Okay. So two things come to mind. When I was doing my research on you all, and thoughts become things. So my mother has always grown up. I mean, I've always grown up hearing that from my mom.
Wise woman.
And yes, absolutely. And so, so one thing for me, it's I'm not going to give a lot of energy to fear. And a lot of people give the devil a lot of credit. And I'm just there are certain things that I'm just not going to do because that's not the way in which I want my energy to go. So for us, it's because of that fear, it's we can look around. We know that some of the best ideas are buried in a cemetery somewhere, or with our men and women who are locked up somewhere, with our children who are being taught fear instead of critical thinking, and a bunch of other things. And that's really my end game. My end game is all about taking women and youth and being able to teach them entrepreneurship. And in that, what I mean is your purpose. So it's just you all have grabbed your purpose and you're walking in it. You're moving in it. You're doing all of the things. You're trusting God in that walk. So for me, it's really about that. Because if I'm listening to naysayers,
it'll never happen.
Nothing would ever happen. And it's kind of you all were talking about, the power of social media, people's opinions, how somebody can, and the suicide rate that's going on right now with very young people. It's very sad that we don't have enough people speaking life into situations. And, it's I can't imagine just the power in this room or on this block if people were actually doing what they loved instead of what they had to do, how much magic could really be going on.
That's so
Definitely.
true.
And I love that you said that, because we're educators. And what I teach my parents is if you have a child who just loves to draw, all they do is draw everywhere. He might be building in his own gift. He might be an artist one day, you know. So, and we talk to a lot of young girls and young boys. You know, we want you to go to school. We want you to go to college. But what is it that you love to do? We want you to feed your purpose. So when you do go to college, you have the backing to push you further in your purpose. You know, so a lot of times in school we just focus on get your degree and get a job. It's like it's so much more than that because a job is not fulfilling. Your purpose is fulfilling.
And a lot of people put their dreams and visions on the back burner because they're taught if you don't have college education, you ain't gonna get paid. You ain't get so they put it in a back of their heads. But now it's so many entrepreneurs out here, and it's like if they can make it, you can make it. But like you said, we have to speak out. We have to speak life into them so they can see, like, okay, because they could see it all day long, and some people are not even willing to help. Right. You know, they like, oh, I'm at the top. I got red bottoms, this and that, but I'm not going to show you how to make it. Right. And we have to start like I started from the bottom, you know, and if I can get to the top, you can too. But it's just taking that time to step out and speak to the young people and show them the process. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to have times where you want to give up. I want to give up yesterday. Believe me. I was just like, you know what, forget it.
We were on the same frequency yesterday. I was having a feeling. Okay. I was feeling some kind of way. Okay.
Like, God, you get it. Go encourage.
And the thing is, you're going to have a feeling, and it's okay to have a feeling. It's okay. It's okay to have the day. Like, I just need a break, and you don't do anything. It's okay to have those days, but don't stay there. Don't stay there. Keep pushing. Like, okay, you're going to have bumps in the road, but don't let that push you away from, your purpose. And these are in like 50,000 stores. I'll let you tell them what stores is your vodka in.
Yeah, so we are in both Illinois and Iowa. We are at the major store that we're in Iowa is Hy-Vee. The major stores that we're here in Illinois is Jewel. We're also in Mariano's Bronzeville. We're in Benny's. We're in stores like Kenwood and Kimbark and
the main stores we go to. That's right around the corner.
Literally. I'll be stopping there.
So yeah, we're in various locations with those stores, but we've also been MBE and WBE certified. So now we're getting ready to.
And people like me don't
okay. So
MBA.
Right. Okay, so it's Minority Business Enterprise and also Women Business Enterprise. So those certifications help to open additional doors. So, like with what we're doing with Jewel has special programming for, African American, for ethnic groups, for specialty stores. And so you become a part of their marketing. Now, when we first started out on this 10-store trial, we didn't have that, but expanding our footprint with them will allow us to tap into that. So, which more people seeing us, more sales.
Right.
Yeah. So we're working on that. And that's not just with grocery stores. That can expand in terms of casinos and, hotels. So the vision is kind of like here. And sometimes
wow, so it's big.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It is. And the fact that we are distillers, so we actually can manufacture, produce any kind of liquor that we want to. That's a very different position than, us being the first is one thing, and us being able to put different products into the system is another.
Wow.
It's a whole nother. Yeah.
So distillers, you can send to the manufacturer, I want this flavor, this flavor, this.
We are the manufacturer.
They are the manufacturer.
So you're the manufacturer. Okay.
Right. I'm so glad she's here.
Yeah.
We got a whole meeting after this. So I was like, wow. Thank you, LP, for connecting us. Because I'm like, it's been something that my sister and I have been.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
Keep it to yourself.
Okay.
So what are some of the, I had to cook her. She excited.
I'm excited.
What are some of the challenges that you come across?
Yeah. So, we talk about entrepreneurship, and sometimes we talk about it like it's something easy. And some of us make it look easy. But behind the scenes, it's like right now, my husband works a full-time job. So he's in corporate still. And he makes the donuts. He's working on the donuts while I'm working on legacy.
Right.
And in that, absolutely, because right now it's like if I were working to the capacity that I am and he wasn't handling all the things at home, then it wouldn't be, we wouldn't be able to do it. And when I say handling the things at home, I'm talking about from a financial perspective, because I still have, wife.
Exactly.
Duties. Right.
We can't neglect that.
Right. So they're also right now, it's like we've been at this for almost 5 years. I have yet to collect a paycheck. Mm-hmm. But that's all a part of the sacrifice, because literally, and I'm going to share this story with you. You know how those kind of new ideas come along and it's like, oh, well, the Googles and all of those have been taken up. But we know that there's still companies coming along getting purchased for billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Our company is literally, we can be poised just like, what's his name? George Clooney. Yeah. So I don't know if you know the George Clooney story, but him and 3 of his friends were working on a tequila. And in about a 4-year time frame, they sold that tequila for $1 billion.
Girl, let me go make some.
What?
Son, let's go. More school.
Right. So it's, the 3 of them walked away with $333 million apiece.
Jesus.
Wow.
Now, the thing is that was one product.
One product.
We have the ability to make lots of different products. And we also have the ability to then partner with influencers, and or celebrities to do the same thing. So it might not be the Clooney face, but we can replicate that. And so for my thing is let's do this. Let's do it in a way where it is monumental, and let's give our kids some things to talk about. Mm-hmm. Let's put our children in a place where where going to college is not even a question.
Like, here's a check.
Right.
4 years.
So it's the whole thing about our children's children and their children being able to profit from legacy. And, I'm just about killing that whole Willie Lynch thing, period. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm on.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to, I guess, thinking as an entrepreneur, not in it just for the money at the time being, thinking about, long term, the generational wealth. Mm-hmm. I don't want my son to have to struggle. Yes, I'm going to show him how to do the work and be a hard worker, but not just collect the money and be comfortable with it. Because some people are comfortable with just the spotlight or a little change here. I'm trying to make a difference.
Okay. I have had people tell me I dream too big. Then I know I need to stop.
Girl,
blocked. Nice meeting you. You get blocked. That's when you get blocked. Because how do you shut someone's dream down? But I like that you also stated she has her own vodka line, but she's saying she's not receiving a check yet. And people have to understand it's not quick money.
It's not.
When you're in a business, if anything, you're investing more than you were taking in. But the thing is, it's going to pay off on the long end, the long run. So you have a vodka. I'm like super excited. I'm just excited.
We found. I'm telling you. Once you connect with us, you stuck. Okay.
So you have 2 flavors. So is this 2 different flavors?
Yeah, what they actually are, they're fruit infusions. Okay. So one is a wild blueberry infusion. And so it is both like a steeping and a maceration process. So it's not anything that you see currently on the market, because most of what's on the market is just juice mixed kind of thing. And ours has absolutely nothing artificial in it. So they're liqueurs. They are sweetened. They are liqueurs. But again, the flavor and color comes from the fruit itself. With our citrus, same thing. It is a 100% all natural gluten-free product.
Natural for the gluten?
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm talking about.
So here's the thing. It is delicious.
It is delicious. We had it. And I was just like, what was that drink we just had? Okay. Because I'm that girl that I don't like to taste the alcohol. Like, it has to taste like a juice. Sweet. And when I kept going, I was like, can somebody go give me another one of those?
I need another ticket.
And I was fine. I was still okay, but it tastes amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
You got something.
Thank you.
Something. Okay, I cut you off, but it did, yeah.
And so that's our citrus, and our citrus, that process comes from the citrus peel. We are introducing a pure vodka because everybody asks for it. It is going to be a taste delight as well. We've got a gin on deck. We've got a couple of other things on deck. And so, it's time to both scale and increase our product catalog.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you motivated me. Like, what else I need to do?
what else can we add?
Thumbs just fiddling. I'm like, my head is spinning too.
So what would you say to someone who's had this idea? I want a liqueur, I want a liquor, I want to do this, but they don't know where to start. Where to begin. What would you say to that beginner?
Yeah. So there are about a little over 4,000 alcohols that's trying to get into stores or into, licensed every day. Okay. So I'm just saying that as
that's okay.
There I go. I'm just saying that as a reality check for people. If they could have told me that, I didn't even know that when I started out, and it didn't matter to me because I'm on what I'm on. And once I believe, it's over with. So what I would say is doing your research, get some people around you who are mentors, who will mentor you and who will tell you the truth, and be prepared to listen to the truth. Also, if you have something great, you feel like it's great, that may be close to the thing. It just may not be the thing. So be ready to what they call, an accelerator language pivot. Because it might be, it's like you might think it's this, but maybe yours is a ready to drink CBD infused something else. Who knows? I don't know. But, some people will block themselves because they can't get off of, well, no, this is the product that I have to make. And sometimes that's not the product that you have to make. But first and forecast, do your homework and get some mentors around you.
Definitely. So do you think, is it hard? Is it like, did you have that point in your life where you was like, you know what, forget this. It was a dream. I thought I had it, but no, I can't do it.
So the truth of the matter is it's very hard. I just don't know how to say the latter. What do you mean I can't do it? That's like me hearing my grandmother and my aunties they'd be like, no, you can do anything, And so, no, we haven't gotten to that. We have gotten to complete exhaustion. We have gotten to, okay, I need this next round of funding. I'm tired of these people dragging their feet. I've gotten to that. But I haven't gotten to, I'm giving this up, because literally when I'm talking about legacy, I'm not just talking about legacy for my family and for my kids. I am talking about legacy and helping other women and children get there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to be any other way.
And I think that runs a lot of people away because they see hard work. And that's why I asked that. Because a lot of people are like, well, if it's hard, everything is going to be hard. You're going to have challenges. You're going to face everything, but don't run from it.
Right.
Don't run from it. Just keep going. And hard work. Hard work pays off, so
we have to learn to do the research, do the work, because we want it given to us.
Some people let it fall in their laps.
To research, because the thing is, when you bring it to the table to introduce it to someone, the facts need to be there, the statistics need to be there. And if you're just coming, I got an idea, I just want this. Okay, what have you done to get us to this point? Right. So a lot of us, our culture, have to learn to read, to plan, have a plan,
and to surround themselves with people who know more.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid. Get your pride out the way. This lady has a whole manufacturer look like, and a lot of women, especially when it comes to women, because they look at it as competition. It's not a competition. I need to be around her. I'm calling her, texting her every other day until I figure out what I need to do, how to do it, the process. And don't be afraid to do that. It's not about competition. We have women out here who's saying that they want to help, and if they're actually offering their expertise and this and that, take it and go for it. Get rid of the pride. Get rid of the competition. It's money out there for everybody.
Right.
You know? So we just got to keep it moving, motivate each other.
So where did the title Blue come from? Did it come from that? What did you call it?
The wild blueberry.
The wild blueberry.
Mm-hmm. We kept referring to it as blue. And then we said, one day it was like, blah. So the French spelling. And that's how we came up with blue.
Wow.
And that'll be our naturals line. Okay. So, we will come out with other products. Exactly what that name will be, don't know, but we don't want to, lose our customers, either those who will know the blue label. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll start calling it Blue Naturals.
Wow.
Is it smooth?
Baby, smooth? And we'll sneak up on you.
I like those type of drinks. Sometimes I like those type of drinks. I'd be good. So I sit there like, hold on. I'm glad I made it home. Right. I love a smooth drink though.
Drink responsibly. Listen, do not drink and drive. Yes. Do not drink and drive. So is there anything about your vodka that you want the listeners to know? Anything that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, so we have literally, like microbreweries created their own lane. We have literally, with this product, created our own lane, and the industry is calling us innovators. So, what I want people to, I just want to reinforce that piece about going after your dream, whatever it is, whether you know what you're doing or don't. I'm the kind of person where I'm going to dive in, I'm going to pick it apart, I'm going to figure it out. And that's literally how we got here. And so for me, it is, this is all about manifestation time. So get on it. Whatever it is that, you are purposed to do in this life, get on it. And the people who are supposed to surround you and be the wind beneath your wings and give you that to move you forward, they will come. Believe me, I have people who are showing up in my life that it's just blowing me away.
Wow.
And so it's like, it just feels like blessings, like raining down.
And weren't you just at an Oscars event?
Yes.
I've seen the pictures. Yeah, amazing. You see how your purpose will move you on up to a place that you probably didn't even think you'll be? Like, how was that experience?
So the thing is, here's the thing. I didn't go out there with any expectations, right? Because a lot of people, the few people who knew, they were like, take pictures with them. I'm not that person, first of all. But anyway, the result of it was we will probably be executive producing a script that's going to win an Oscar. Wow. So when opportunities are presented to you, be open. Just be open. And that's how I approached that. We were invited, because of the product, and they wanted to showcase the product. And but what happened on the back end was more powerful than any of that.
Wow. That's amazing. See, you never know what happens if you just open up and just keep pushing forward.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy. One speaker I heard the speaker say he had a dream. And in this dream, he went to heaven, and God was like, look at all of these boxes. It was like over 1,000 boxes. And he said, and each box was a gift that you wanted. But because you didn't take that and run with it and push and go for your vision, you missed out. And when I heard that, after that, I was like, well, I don't want to have that dream. And I don't want to get to heaven and God show me 1,000,000 boxes. Like, you were stuck. I had all of this for you, and all you had to do was go for it.
Yeah.
So since I heard that, I was just like,
every time
at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, Chris, I got a vision. Let's do it. And we just keep pushing. Like, we have so much that we're working on, but we don't put it out there because a lot of people will taint it. People want you to fail. They want to pray against it. And we have so much. So it's just like, wow. And since that story, I was like, I'm not going to heaven and God showing me these 1,000,000 boxes with all these gifts that I want. I'm going to keep pushing. And no matter what people have to say. So I'm proud of you. And your husband for just keep pushing it and wanting to help others. Yes. That's amazing.
So I have a question. How do you balance life as a wife, as a distiller, as a brand, a boss, in your CEO? Own? Is there a balance in your life? How do you
manage everything.
Yeah. So I am at that fine point of knowing that I've got to get back to that. It's my husband and I, we snuck off to the DoubleTree this week,
you gotta do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we haven't had like a real solid vacation since we started this journey. Mm-hmm. And so I am getting ready to be very intentional about that time that I need. I've been going at the pace that I've been going for so long now. It's like, okay, I've got to rest. I've got to go dancing. I've got to re-energize. I've got to be around people who are like-minded. I need to be a part of a think tank. There are just some things that I know that will re-energize me. So, and I've coached people in this area, so I know what to do.
Mm-hmm. And you just keep going.
Sometimes it's about doing it. And when you're the only one who's working on it full time, then that makes it tough. But it'd be even tougher if I don't take care of myself.
Definitely. So how can the viewers and the listeners find Blue Vodka? What is the social media? And
absolutely. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah. So IG, we're at BLEUVODKA. On Facebook, we are BLEU Vodka Original. And that's primarily, and our website is www.bluevodka.com, BLEUvodka.com.
So people can order online.
They cannot order online. Okay. No. However, any of these, so with Jewel, with Benny's, with Mariano's, there are apps out there that deliver liquor to you. So just Google those apps and then get that delivered to you.
Wow. So can we tell the listeners again, where can they find it? I know you said Kenwood.
Absolutely. And so we're in Benny's. Do you want me to run these or
however you want to do it?
Okay. So we're in Benny's. We're in Evergreen, Mokina, Naperville, Oakbrook, Orland Park, Schaumburg, Bloomingdale, Hyde Park, Lakeview, Lincoln Park, and South Loop. And for your Jewel locations, we are in Plainfield. We're on Paulina. We're on Wabash. We are at 370 North Des Plaines. We're on North Clark. We're in Ashland, and we're on Broadway. And we're out in Crystal Lake, Bartlett, and Fox Lake. And then Kenwood, who I have to shout out because they were the first ones to let us in.
Wow.
So,
that's the most popular too.
It is.
They were the first ones to let us in, and they have been incredible support. And then there is Mariano's Bronzeville, A&S Liquor, Kim Bark, East Coast Pantry, Bottles and Cans, Randy's, and a few other places. So now what we are going to be working on is we're working on our on-premise strategy, meaning getting into the restaurants and bars and all that good stuff too.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's coming soon.
Absolutely.
So ready,
it looks like you all covered the whole Illinois. So you all don't have any excuse to not go out to the stores or find it because it's everywhere. So you name about every store.
You guys make sure you support Blue Vodka. When I tell you, my sister and I, we're going to post with the locations on our websites, on our social medias. You guys go support. We have to support our own. When you see somebody doing big and you celebrate them, it's going to flow and overflow onto you. So we thank you. We admire you.
And what are the prices for the bottles?
So we're typically on the shelves from $19.99 all the way up to $27.99.
That ain't bad at all. I got my $20 in my bag.
And we are a premium liqueur at an affordable price. So if you think like Grand Marnier, Saint Germain, along those lines, that is the kind of liqueur we are.
That's a good price.
Yes.
You can't beat.
Absolutely.
I know some people that walk in paying $70 and the bottle's like this.
Halfway.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that? I don't
take
know.
Communion every other third
every
month.
Third month to make
we
it
can't
last.
do it every month. We got to do it every third. We got to let
not
this
sharing,
last.
not sharing. But we admire you.
We do.
Thank
Thank you for coming here. We were so excited to meet you. We're proud of you. Just met you, but we're proud of you. You keep going. You keep pushing. We're going to push the brand. We believe in
Friday.
you. We believe in women. We believe in people who is moving in their purpose. The purpose of our show is to highlight people who decided to move in their purpose, no matter what area it is, no matter what aspect of life it is you're in. We just want to push people and just motivate people and to show people if they can do it, if we can do it, you can do it
and
too.
And the cherry on top is she's pushing other people at the same time.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So we thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Yes.
So you guys, make sure you follow Elizabeth Jetter at the Blue Vodka. Make sure you post, look at the social media. We will post it so that you guys can find it. We're going to post it on our website, www.IamYouArePerfectlyImperfect.com, and also on all of our social media. So you guys go support. If you don't do anything else this weekend, you better go get a bottle of Blue Vodka and post a picture so we know you did it. Okay. So you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in to the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com.
See you next Friday.
I will love you